If you're thinking about getting the Mac Mini but just can't get with the Apple ecosystem, don't worry, I got you covered. But today I'm going to show you a Windows alternative that is not only as small as the Mac Mini, but it packs a huge punch. Meet the Mini PC. We're going to dive into some of the differences between the two and why this little beast is the powerhouse for music production. Comment down below, what do you personally prefer, Mac or PC? And if you do comment, you get a chance to enter a giveaway where I'm giving away either a microphone, which is a Twin UT, and a laptop, which is a Razer Blade 15. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want more content like this. What's poppin', gang? I'm 30 Killer Beats, and today, if you were thinking about that M4 Mac Mini and was thinking, hey, that form factor is really nice, but that Mac ecosystem you're just not messing with, well, I think this alternative for Windows would be a great option. And today we're going to just talk about how the Mini PC is really great for music production. Shout out to Kreative Devices for sending me this computer. This computer I also will be doing a giveaway for as well. If you want to join the giveaway for this computer, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also follow them on Instagram. There's a link in the description of Kreative Devices Instagram channel. Starting out with the design. Now, if you want to turn on this device, all you have to do is just push the on button in the front. Versus with the Mac Mini, for some reason they decided to put the power button on the bottom of it. So you're going to be fiddling around with that device every time you want to turn it on if it's off. Versus with the Mac Mini, you're not trying to finger around the device, just trying to push a button. It has vents all around the sides and it's super sleek and small, so you can pretty much fit it anywhere, no homo. Next, let's talk about with the power for the price. Now, this computer does come with a more powerful processor at the same price as the Mac Mini. As you can see, some of the tests that other people have been getting with the Mac Mini, these are the numbers that they were able to get using programs like Cinebitch. But with the Mini PC, these are the numbers that I were able to produce with just this processor using the AMD version. So as far as music production, how does that translate over to making music? Now, with having more processing power, you can utilize more VSTs in your session, giving you less glitches and stutters and stuff like that when you're making music. Next, we're going to talk about the performance. Personally, I haven't had any issues as far as making beats with this device, and it's extremely snippy and snappy. If you're a Windows-based user, you don't have to worry about transferring over to Mac because you're already accustomed to Windows. You're going to be able to customize this thing all the way to the fullest to get all the performance that you want. Of course, if you pick up this computer, you're going to have to get a keyboard and a monitor. So, if you have that set up already at home, this is perfect for you. You could just, even if you just have a regular TV, you could just use that as a monitor. Next, we're going to talk about the sponsor of today's video, themusicgang.com. If you're just getting started or you're already making music and your beats don't sound as good as you want them to, download the Gold Sauces from themusicgang.com. It'll definitely help you make your beats hit a lot harder without thinking about it. As soon as you open it up in FL Studio, everything is pretty much already mixed. All you have to do is upload your VSTs. Once you add your drums, it'll already be hidden. Link in the description to download your copy today. Now back to the video. Next, we're going to talk about how this computer has superior customability. Now, when you're speccing out this computer, you got to understand that if you decide to get this bare bones, just the computer by itself, it does not come with any SSD or RAM. So if you have that laying around the house or anything like that, you could just quickly add that into this computer and then you'll be straight. But if you do want to add in the lowest option, which is 16 gigabytes of RAM, and the lowest option of memory, which is 512 gigabytes of SSD, which will bring the total all the way up to around $714 if you use the code Kreative as the discount code, which will take off $200. But unlike Apple's hardware, with this unit, you do have the option to upgrade the storage and upgrade the RAM at any time whenever you feel like it. With Mac, if you ever have an issue with that, you're gonna pretty much have to take it to a service center or something because you're not doing anything. Versus everyone knows how to use a Windows computer. It's at every school. Everyone has dealt with the Windows computer in their lifetime at some point. So as far as being very customizable, this is a little bit more superior. Next is the support of legacy software. Now, I like to use software like FL Studios 10 and 11 to make beats. And me personally, it's just what I prefer to do. And depending on your workflow, you may not care about that or not, but with using Windows, you can go back to very old softwares that aren't even available on Mac. And also, I did do a video showing that there is technically a sound difference between using a Windows computer and using a Mac when you're making music. So if you want to watch that video, click the card at the top right. But to sum it up, I prefer to make music strictly on Windows computers when it comes to just making beats, but recording vocals, that's a whole nother story. I'm gonna use a Mac all day. Overall, you do have the opportunity to just use older software on the Windows computers. Pretty much every program for music production works with it except for Logic, because Logic is an Apple program, so don't think you're getting Logic with this. Next, let's talk about connectivity. Now, with this computer, you do have the option of having at least 2 USB-A ports in the front, along with the USB-C port as well in the front, and 4 USB-A ports in the back, along with HDMI. You also have a display port, and you have 2 Ethernet ports as well. So if you want to get super high internet or you're doing some weird server stuff. Now, one con I do want to mention is that I wish this computer did have a SSD slot. Personally, I like to use SSDs between different devices like Mac and PC, and when I'm transferring files, and it's just super easy to just have that option, but this computer does not have SSD, so just take note of that. And also, it does not have Thunderbolt, so you're not going to be able to use Thunderbolt interfaces like your Apollos and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. You want to make sure you're using an audio interface that allows USB-C or A port. And because you do have 2 Ethernet ports, you could also hook up an audio interface that allows Ethernet if you're still using that. Let me know what other videos you guys want to see on this channel. Make sure you add me on Instagram, TikTok, and X. You guys stay safe. Peace.